Ooh, that was a nice death cartwheel. Those are the best kind of cartwheels. Salutations citizens, Jackman here, bringing you Eat Lead, The Return of Mad Hazard. Now I actually know a bit about this one. Eat Lead is a parody of several video game genres, and Mad Hazard himself is largely a parody of Duke Nukem, a video game star that was popular in the 80s and 90s, and then this was supposed to be his big comeback. It didn't do very well, which is a shame, because I thought it was quite an interesting premise. But, looking back, the fact that this game didn't do very well was actually quite fitting when you look at the lackluster reception Duke Nukem Forever got when it finally came out. See, the game defaulted to minimum hazard, so now I don't know if that's normal, or major hazard is normal, and maximum hazard is the hard mode. It would make sense that this is easy, this is normal, this is hard, and maximum is hard. But the fact that it's defaulted to that makes me think that's normal, this is hard, and that's harder. But we'll go with major hazard, I suppose.
And even a fun series of buddy cop games with a rookie sidekick named Dexter Dare.
Well, he's going to be evil.
I guess the place went downhill faster than you can say non-violent water gun-based third-person shooter. Don't ask. I thought that was the end.
Little did they know, non-violent water gun shooter, that's Nintendo's killer app at the moment for the Wii U. In fact, thinking about it, so is Mario Kart. Although the Wii U's not doing very well. Maybe this game was foreshadowing the success of the Wii U more than it knew. This game was pretty on the ball.
We finally got a break in the Soon case.
I get the achievement just for loading up the game. That's I don't like that. I don't achievements. I mean, the clue is in the word. An achievement should be an achievement. It is something that you should achieve. Turning on the game, not an achievement. Unless they do it in a parody way. I mean, I think there's a game, Double Dragon Neon was quite good. When you turned it on, it gave you one gamer score called The Curse, I think, and you had to complete the game to get the other 99 so that your gamer score was level again.
I think that after 20 years in the industry, I know how to fire a damn gun.
I just wanted to do the tutorial just to see if there's... I mean, if I think of else, it's fun to hear him gripe about tutorials. Now. And I got achievement for pausing, really? Alright, I'll let it go. I'm not going to complain too much, because again, this is a parody game, so I will just assume all achievements are parody. There's no option for subtitles. I don't know why any game would not give you the option for subtitles. Apart from anything else, it's just disappointing to deaf people. It also makes it hard to actually focus on what's going on, because I can kind of read and talk at the same time. What I can't do is listen and talk at the same time.
That's new. Okay, I have to admit the downrange cover thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't dislike that either. I thought that was quite interesting.
That was quite an achievement.
Well, I don't dislike the fact that it gives you an achievement for punching someone, because I think all games should give you an achievement for punching someone, because punching people is fun. I like it when games do this. I mean, sometimes you just have, like, blurred documents on notice boards that you can kind of see are there to make it look a bit more real, but they don't actually expect you to sit there and read any of them. But I like when they make the text legible. Yeah, I mean, none of this is really that funny reading it, but it's still nice that they went to the effort of putting it in. Yeah, chair physics. That's what we like. And corpse physics. Not much in the way of corpse physics, though. They seem to be... Yeah, he seems to have frozen in place now. The premise of this game, spoilers, is that it's a video game, and Matt Hazard has been trapped inside of the video game by one of his old nemesis, one of his old bad guys. And you can see that when you punch people, and there's like blue code spewing out. I think it's odd that the enemies don't disappear. I'm not complaining because I like it when that happens, but considering it's supposed to be a parody of a video game, and that is such a video game thing to happen, I just thought it was odd. It's a small observation, probably not really worth mentioning, but I did. And whether or not I put this in the video will be up to me at the time of editing. So, if you're hearing this, I thought this was good enough to put in. I can't quite gauge this game properly. I don't know whether it's going to have like secret areas or collectibles and stuff you can find lying around. So I'm walking around and trying for doors and seeing if there's hidden stuff. You'd think a game that would parody that sort of thing would have that in. I mean, that's again a pretty big trope, but it doesn't feel like this is. Also, this kitchen is huge. I feel sorry for the head chef of this restaurant who has to walk through sprawling corridors just to find members of staff to shout at. I'm fine with this difficulty. The enemies don't exactly seem to be offering me much resistance.
He should not have meddled in our affairs.
Huh, I spoke too soon.
Let us move in.
I got a bit too cocky there. Yeah, I'm guessing that's for like getting 10, 25 headshots or something. I don't think they expected you to get that particular achievement during the tutorial. Why is there such a huge locker room? I suppose it is such a huge kitchen, you probably have this many people. I do quite like that. That you can point and go to cut into. If it goes yellow, it means you can run into cover there, because it avoids the problem of leaving cover, running forward, and then going, oh wait, no, I can't. Arbitrarily, I can't stick against this cover. Oh, I spawned a guy behind me. This game's weird. Apart from this, it doesn't have brilliant spawn points for characters. I mean, I suppose you could say, oh, it's it's an extra bit of difficulty if the character spawns behind you, but all it does is just get you killed because there's no radar. There's no real way of telling where enemies are until they've hit you, and you can see your red lines come up. So a lot of the time, all it means is that by the time you've realised they've spawned in behind you, they've already killed you. So yeah, that is just irritating.
Everyone can see what a studly hero I am.
Yeah, 50 headshots. Again, I don't think you were supposed to get that during the tutorial. There's also not much in the way of sort of evasion. Stuff you can use. I can't sprint, I can't roll. So if I come out of cover, if I leave cover and accidentally run into a guy, all I can really do is shoot at him and hope that I can kill him, or just sort of gently go away. I mean, there's no roll. All I can do is kind of just gently jog away or shoot at the enemy. Oh, okay, we've gone into a cutscene with a Mortal Kombat character.
You best be on your way before I make me some pig sushi.
I'm sorry. Did I miss something in the script? Is this game set in 1972?
Keep talking.
I know what Hazard means. This guy is a little bit blaxploitation for a game set in the 2000s. Although,
Okay.
I suppose Coltrane
Skip that, and you just tell me where the
was
money
a little too
is.
blaxploitation, and he was fine.
Squat. That money belongs to Mr. You gotta get through me first.
Okay, so we've got to beat blaxploitation Scorpion in a quick time event. Okay.
Thursday.
I'm going to lament blaxploitation Scorpion for a little bit, and then some guys ran in and started shooting at me. Always the way. I suppose they wanted to parody a fighting game, but couldn't be bothered to create the gameplay mechanics, which is fine. I mean, creating a whole mechanic for one... I say that. They do that for mini-games all the time. So, anyway, my point was, I guess they wanted to do the fighting parody, but they didn't want to code the whole gameplay thing, so they just put in a quick time event. I've seen better parodies. Saints Row 4, for example, had some fantastic parodies when it did it, and it did it all within its own game engine. In fact, I think Saints Row 4 was probably did with this game did better, although it did have a bigger budget and probably more talented staff. Play Saints Row 4. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. See, what am I supposed to do there? I've got two guys literally running into me. I should have played this on minimum hazard. Now those guys came from here last time. Yeah, see, unless you know where the guys are going to spawn in from, it's really hard to compensate. I'm not on about it. I can understand why, if that was a complaint, I can understand why. Oh. I was going to shoot them individually and they all just sank into the worktop. What about these ones? Are they going to do the same? Yeah. I appear to be in another kitchen. What restaurant has 2 kitchens?
I don't think that should be it.
We should not have meddled in our affairs.
I should have just stayed in cover back there. That was my fault that time. I won't blame the game. It's got quite fast respawns, which is good. Can't stand it when when you die a lot in a game and it takes ages to actually get back into the game. Yeah, again, still first level. I realise now this isn't the tutorial anymore. This is very much the first level, and it's just the first part of the first level of the tutorial.
That's a hell of a thing.
Oh, okay. That wasn't much of a
lady,
quick time
whoever
event.
you are.
Frankly, I don't even know why it made me press the button. I could have just done that in a cutscene.
Hi, Matt.
Oh, it's called Tana.
It's hazard time.
Yeah.
I see what they were trying to go for there, but they didn't really pull that off very well.
Isn't this level over yet?
Literally just started, and that's the phrase that he decided to use. Now bodies are disappearing. Why do they suddenly decide to change it up? Whatever. The problem is this game's supposed to be parodying different games, but by being a kind of dodgy shooter, it's just become the game that it's supposed to be parodying.
I set it up so that when you kill an enemy, you absorb his code.
Ah, so I steal their souls. That's kind of dark. Shouldn't tell me exactly what stealing their code actually did for me, though. Just that I could. Not even that I could, that I will.
It's hazard time.
The fact that he keeps using the hazard time catchphrase, all it does really is remind me of... I can't remember his name either, but the main character from Time Splitters 3, who kept using his catchphrase, "It's time to split." And all that makes me want to do now is just play Time Splitters 3. Which I can't do because I don't own it anymore. Oh, I wish they made Time Splitters 4. That was such a good game. Well, no, I mean, I don't know if it's such a good game, they never made it. It's a good series. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if the fact that it's a shooter game and really not much else. I could kind of look past that if it was at least a good shooter game. But it's really not. I mean, again, I like the premise. I really do like the premise. The fact that there's someone's hacking a game as you're playing it and putting in old enemies from your games. But the actual execution is just
The original level objective
so far
said you need to
underwhelming.
find- I'm not sure.
Here we go, shotgun. Now we've got something to take out people at close range. Well, I gotta admit, it is a bit of a disappointment that shotgun isn't more effective. Nope. Just shooting them seems to activate their active camo. Okay, that would have been useful before I killed everyone. I assume this is supposed to be some sort of damage boost. And it's probably going to wear off before I find any more enemies. Yep, there we go. Well, at least I know what to look out for in the future. Come off the wall. Oh, it does spawn me with my maximum hazard turned on. Just in time for it to disable. Yep. Oh, here we go. Okay, I guess maximum hazard doesn't give me any... It just gives me a damage bonus, not a defense bonus. Yeah, if I'm getting headshots anyway, generally, obviously, not the best time to talk about it, as I kill a guy with body shots, but I'm generally getting headshots. The damage multiplier doesn't really do much for me, because headshots are one-hit kill anyway. Screw you, chair. It seems like an odd area. It's just a really bright... Oh, it might be an interrogation thing. Thinking about it, they probably bring back people here, tie them to the chair, and then beat them up. Right. Okay, that's fine. I figured that. Put 2 and 2 together. Yeah. Normally when I play these games, I aim for about 2 hours, and sometimes I play them for longer because either I just enjoyed playing them so much that I want to keep going, or I just haven't gotten to the natural stopping point. I have a feeling that I'm not going to have to worry about enjoying this game too much. It's not bad. I mean, it's not as bad as Stormrise. Stormrise was a game I legitimately wanted to quit almost as soon as I started playing it. It's just not good.
What? You stay here, kitty.
The hell I will.
So, there must be some people like the cowboy guy who are actual video game characters, and then real, quote-unquote, characters like Kiddy and QA, I assume QA is a real person, who are just in the video game. So, but the thing, if she's a real, again, I mean, obviously, they're not. None of these people are real. But if she's a real character within the universe, then she must know that this is a video game. So is she playing a part when she's talking about shooting up my casino, or does she think that this is an actual casino and not a video game? Now, if these guys are dropping an assault rifle, yes, they are. I would much prefer that to this crappy shotgun. I like a good shotgun. A good shotgun can be a lot of fun to use. That is not a good shotgun.
I've just hacked in another upgrade for you.
Case your target's nice and kill them faster. But again, headshots are really easy to get, and they're one-hit kills. Can I do anything? No. I thought maybe they'd put some water in, give me an ice power. Maybe I could use my ice power to cause some cool environmental effects, but that's probably me hoping for too much.
This is getting ridiculous.
Hang on. Stop. Shaking in front of me. I do like how they've not given them all the same animation at least. So you got this one here who's far, far more spirited than the rest of them. Though it would have been a lot creepier if they all just had that animation. But I don't think creepy was what they were going for. I think that was unintentional.
Andrei, Zdravstvoi, Kolya, Privyet, Stodililiyesh.
General Neutronov.
I'm guessing those are just random
Yes,
Russian
Mad
noises.
Hazard.
So is that Russian general guy a real, by which I mean a real in this universe, not actually real person, or is he just another video game character? See, I would assume that as he's
This is
someone I can assumedly eventually kill, that he's not real.
General, this isn't what it seems. You're making a mistake.
If you think you can talk me out of this, it is you who is
Okay, the fact that he's trying to talk him out of it makes me think that maybe he is a real person and not a video game character. But again, is he playing a part, or does he believe that it's real? Yeah, it would be alright if he was the only person who broke the fourth wall, but the fact that Kitty and QA both seem to be aware of Matt Hazard's illustrious career as a video game character just makes the whole thing, I don't know, kind of muddled. I mean, maybe I'm overthinking it, and maybe just supposed to take it at face value that it's... But it's quite clear that some of these characters are video game characters, and some of them are real. I mean, I'll give the melee this. It's not great. It doesn't have it doesn't have much oomph to it, but it is effective. You run up to someone, you press X 3 times, they will die. It's really difficult interrogating ads because the game has no interrogation feature. I like that. That's quite a fun tool. That's quite a funny tooltip. You let Bill die. He was talking quite happily. Those weren't the sounds of a dying man, is what I'm saying.
If I had my staff, I would scold you soundly.
His voice acting seems to be some sort of parody of William Shatner. Did William Shatner ever play a wizard? Yeah, I'm not really sure what his voice actor's supposed to be parodying. Did William Shatner ever play a wizard? I should have looked that up. I don't think he ever played a wizard. He's not known for playing a wizard. I'll check that out. Maybe that's an obscure parody of something that even I don't know about. I say that as if I'm some sort of bastion of video game knowledge. Even I don't know about it. I do like that the sniper thing he set up is like an arcade unit for one of my other games.
Hey, how come I can't just pick up this sniper rifle and run around with it? That would have been a lot more convenient.
I was waiting for an answer to that question. I thought maybe QA would give me some nonsense reason why I couldn't do exactly that. Because he makes a good point, it would be more convenient. As tempting as it is to equip a Super Soaker, and it is tempting. I think I'll stick with the weapons I've got. But when I run out of sniper ammo, I'll switch to a Super Soaker, see if that makes any difference. Because I do want to try it out, but at the same time, I've just got a sniper rifle. But you see, Matt, if your Super Soaker gamer just had some sort of ink squid mechanics, you could have been onto a winner. No. Pressing A to go into cover there. But, you know, whatever, do what you want. Okay, so that cover's not high enough to stop him from shooting my head. It's a very trial and error. No! Into cover! See, maybe if Matt would move something faster than a leisurely jog. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, from what little I've played so far, I think the criticisms of this game are probably valid. There's just not a lot going on. And I could probably forgive the gameplay if it had a bit more to it. But, I mean, Deadly Premonition is one of my favourite games, and that has abysmal gameplay, but it has a lot more charm. It's just not having any fun playing this. It's not. And it's really. I'd like to be positive about this game, but, and then they basically come up with what is quite an interesting concept. In, you know, you play as a video game character in a video game who's got this, you know, fake history. Again, it's a parody of Duke Nukem. They got the concept, but the gameplay was an afterthought. He very clearly, by the way, has a shot on my head there, but the game doesn't register that as a... Yeah. So he could very clearly take the top of my skull off there, but the game doesn't register. I'm quite thankful that the game doesn't register that, because that would be annoying. Why is there not a faster run? Let me just double check, because I'm complaining about the not being a faster run. Okay, left button to sprint. I'm going to feel pretty silly now. Yes. Yes, I am. Right. I'm sure I pressed left button, and it didn't sprint. But I feel silly now. Okay. One of my complaints.
Dying is something you never get used to.
Still apparently not fast enough to outrun the bullet, but that was my fault. I didn't check the controls properly. Unfortunately, the addition of a sprint button doesn't really excuse the myriad of other complaints I have about this game. But it is a start. Again, even though I know there's excuse, it's a video game. Why am I fighting construction workers? I mean, the cops I can understand as being an enemy. But why are construction workers an enemy? He hasn't mentioned the game in which construction workers were bad guys. Yeah, what's wrong with the Socom guys? Why am I fighting construction workers? In fact, if you were trying to, you know, genuinely trying to kill Matt Hazard in a video game, the Socom guys take like 4 shots to kill. These guys are all one-hit kill, you know, with a headshot. And they've all got rubbish weapons and terrible aim. That's true of every enemy. But the Socom guys are actually fairly challenging. So why would you not just code in tons and tons and tons of Socom dudes? How effective a strategy is just running. Not that effective. Okay, I will have to stop and shoot stuff. Yeah, okay, I'm dead. Stop shooting my corpse. Like, there's certain bits like that with the tooltips, taking out the helicopter, miraculously from the door. Because that always bugs me as a sort of trope that, oh, the exit just so happened to open because you killed an enemy. And so the little bits like that where it pokes fun at video games and stuff. I like that. It's just everything else. I mean, all this is just bordering on tedium. Let's try out my new firepower though. Let's see what that does. And it's weird that it's a red. The image on my bar is clearly red, but the fire on my arm is blue. Yeah, okay, well, so he is the guy that I fought earlier on.
Just as easy as I kicked version 1.0.
Perhaps you will get your chance.
I noticed he had a 2 on his chest. I assume that was like player 2. Okay, apparently that still wasn't in cover, despite the fact that I was clearly in cover.
That could have gone better.
Okay, so he couldn't shoot my top of my head before, but now he can shoot me through that minuscule gap in the console. So I assume Sting, the reason he talks like Arnold Schwarzenegger is that he's supposed to be a Contra parody. Which, if you know this, the 2 guys from Contra, Bill Reiser and the player 2, they were based on Arnold Schwarzenegger from Predator and Sylvester Stallone from Rambo. So it's kind of upsetting, unless they're going to do like version 3 and 4 and 5 as the game goes on. But it is upsetting that that's kind of a missed opportunity that they didn't go with a Sylvester Stallone parody for for player 2. I have a feeling this is just going to shoot exactly the same. I at least hope the reload animation is the pumping water, but I think otherwise this is going to be just exactly the same as a regular gun. Yeah, good. No! Yeah, no, that's what I wanted you to do. I wanted you to get on that side of the cover, clearly. And now we're back here. Okay, well, we've played with the Sleeper Soaker. It wasn't nearly as fun as I thought it would be, so let's never talk of it again. See, this was fine once, when I fought the guy at the start who was clearly supposed to be some Mortal Kombat parody with his costume, but why am I now fighting this guy in a quick time event when he's supposed to be a parody of old 80s shooters? It's just lazy.
Downey, you idiot! I'm not talking about this.
That's Neil Patrick Harris!
About this!
Why has Neil Patrick Harris not been in this game constantly up until now? It's Neil Patrick Harris! He should be in the game all the time! Why is he not voicing the main character? Although he does a better villain, in fairness.
I could beat every video game ever made, except for one series of games. The Matt Hazard games. And do you have any idea how much that pisses me off?
I suppose as far as villain justifications go for doing anything, not being able to complete a character's video game is not the worst I've ever heard.
Matt Hazard won't even know what hit him.
Okay, so I guessed that Dexter would be a villain. So I don't understand. They put Dexter there in, and they called it the real world, but Hazard can leave the game. So is Dexter there? The fact that he can just put Dexter in, does that mean that Dexter is real? I'm probably again just overthinking this entirely, and I'm trying to get my head around this universe. They've talked about the real world. They've talked about how that Matt can leave the game. So Matt is clearly a real person who can exist outside of the games. But the other people, why would he bother going to save Dexter if he was code? So he must be a real person too. But how can he just put Dexter in the game like that if he's a real person? Surely you'd have to get him to agree to go into the game. I suppose if they've got a contract with him, then they don't have to ask him to go in the game. They can just tell him to go in the game. But still, surely they have to physically get him. Again, I'm just overthinking this. It's not important. Oh, hang on. I'm in a tough spot here. Let's run away. Run away, Matt, like a hero. Oh, something's kicking off. Zombies!
Another hack. Oh yeah, I'm the man.
2 headshots with 1 bullet. I'm surprised I haven't done that already. Lots of headshot-related achievements. I'm really complaining. I think that because headshots are what I'm going for, and I like achievements. I know they're essentially worthless, and I'm not even on my main account. So it's not even really adding to my gamer score. It's just adding to my Jackman Plays gamer score, which is pitiful. But still, it's nice to see them pop up. You keep asking if it's the best I've got. And yeah, that is the best I've got. But it's enough. Standing there, no, not in cover, not behind anything, just standing there, pointing his gun at me, arm by his side. This guy plays like I do.
They're gonna kill you. Then they've all got parts in a new game, starring yours truly.
Wellesley's giving you your own game. And all it cost you was selling out your best friend.
Best friend?
Well, I was right on the money about him being evil. So, these are real people. If I kill them in the game, do they die in the game, or just in real life? Or... Still not clear on how this universe works, but... whatever. Although, actually... Oh, these might not be real. No, these are robots. Alright, so they didn't actually betray me, but I was right about him being evil. Yay! Now let's go and beat him up. Don't even know why I'm bothered blocking if he's just going to slap me.
Time to die. Bet that smarts.
Matt, look out!
Do people not know that doesn't feel good?
Ah, later, dumbass!
That, in fairness, you were a bit of a dumbass for falling for that, Matt, I've got to be honest. Alright, let's kill Dexter. Although, he did say, time to die, and then punched him 3 times in the stomach. I'm not going to question your methods. Actually, no, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to question your methods, Hazard. I think that given that you've got guns on you, if you wanted him to actually die, shooting him would have been better. Okay. Now that I run out of ammo and have to rely on the melee, not too fond of it anymore. This is... If I can't kill her with melee attacks, I don't know what you expect me to do, because I don't have any ammo. So am I at a stalemate now? Or can I not kill her with melee attacks, but I don't have any ammo? Really? Because I really can't kill these characters with melee attacks. So that's it. I can't kill Dexter because I have no way of defeating the enemies in this room. Dexter, you are clearly my most cunning villain. You've trapped me in an unwinnable scenario. Which means I have to stop playing. So, thank you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, why not watch some of my other videos? And if you've already seen all of them, don't worry, I bring out new ones every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so you're never far away from another video. And if you really like them, you could subscribe. And if you really, really like them, you could follow me on Twitter at JackmanPlays. That's it for now. Till next time, citizens, Jackman out.